Hey there. Today I had something that was kind of going off in me that while I was praying that I wanted to share with you and just talk to you for a moment about. So many times people have something that they want to do and they get hooked up with something, or they're doing something that they've been wanting to do for a while, and then something goes wrong, or they do something, or the other person does something. Something happens that just ends what they were doing and what they were a part of that they thought was so good. Well, and so many times people don't move on from that. And that's what I want to talk to you today about, just for a moment. You know, as I was praying, I was thinking about that and thinking about people that need to let go of the past and move on to what God has for them now. And I was thinking about in the Bible in the beginning, in Genesis, with Adam and Eve. And you know, Adam and Eve messed up. I mean, they blew it for all of us. They were in the Garden of Eden, a perfect place that God had ordained for mankind to live and to grow and to thrive. And they lost that. And they forever lost that. And so they had to go out of the Garden of Eden. But you know what I find interesting is that they didn't just sit on the outside and just look back and just stare into the garden and go, "Oh, Eve, do you remember when we were back there? Do you remember what it was like when we were able to walk through the garden?" No, they went out and worked, and they went out and multiplied, and they went out and grew where God planted them, where they had to go at that point. They didn't just look back in sorrow and just be sorry for themselves at what they had lost, but they grew where they were planted and where they had opportunity. You know, what I really thought about with this also is even after the flood, even after God put Noah in the ark and the flood came and destroyed all the earth except for those that were in the ark, even after that, so this is like Earth 2.0, even after that, God told Noah, "Be fruitful and multiply, populate the earth." He told him to grow. Even though now we had the Garden of Eden back there, and even though there was the flood and there was Noah and all of that took place, but God still told Noah now, all right, now this is the plan. This is the place. He didn't send Noah back to the garden. When the waters receded, there was not a new Garden of Eden. It was still the earth. It was still what we have today. But God told Noah to populate that, to grow there where you're planted. And this is what I want to say to you today, is that there may be some of you out there that you may have blown it, you may have messed up, or it may not have even been your fault at all. You may have had something happen to you where you were at that was wrong, and I'm sure it was, and I'm sure it was bad. But here's the thing that I feel like the Lord would say to you today, is that forget about the past. Put that behind you and grow where you're at. Grow where you're planted. Grow where you have an opportunity today to grow. That other place, you're not going back there. That's not going to happen again. If it does at some point, if maybe the relationship is restored, hey, that's great. But if not, you can go on and grow from here. Noah didn't go back and grow in the garden. Adam and Eve didn't go back and grow in the garden. They grew and multiplied and were prosperous where they were and where they had an opportunity to be. And so that's what I want to say to you today, and encourage you and myself as well to forget about the past, forget about the failures, and move on ahead. You know, Paul said that same thing in one of his epistles. He said, forgetting those things which are behind, he said, I press ahead to the things which are before me. And so that's what I want to encourage you today, to forget about the things that are behind and reach ahead to the things that are before you, because there's some great things in your future if you'll just turn loose of the past. Thank you for watching this, and have a great day.